everyone, and welcome to episode 7 of the Open Mic podcast. My name is Caroline. I'm a junior at Columbia University, and I'm so excited to be hosting this series where we'll be talking about school and life and everything in between. Each episode will feature a new topic and a different guest, and today I'm so excited to be introducing my good friend, 𝗪𝗪𝗘𝗡. Bela, thanks for being here with me today.
Hi, Caroline. Thanks for having me.
So today we're going to be talking about environmental engineering, and also Bela is a yoga instructor, which is pretty cool. So I feel like that is a good balance between the academics and the stress relief side. So Bela, if you want to give a quick introduction as to who you are, and I kind of already said what you're studying, but just like a general overview.
Sure. So my name is Isabela. I'm 20 years old. I'm a junior at Columbia University, and I am studying Earth and Environmental Engineering, and I'm hopefully going for a minor in economics too.
Oh, that's so cool. So you're in the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences, so C's at Columbia.
Yeah.
And you get to have your major and then your concentration through the college?
Major is only through the Columbia Engineering School, and there's no concentration like in Columbia College where you can choose concentrations, but you can do minors. However, it's rather difficult for like Columbia Engineering just because the major itself is like very planned out. Like there's not as much freedom and choice as in Columbia College where you get to like really choose your classes a little more, but it has its pros and cons. So
do you want to give an overview of why you chose Earth and Environmental Engineering as your major?
Sure. Yeah. So coming into Columbia, I had done some research on wetlands, and at a local nature preserve, it seems like a lot of people like just focused on the corporations and those things, and I felt like the environment was something that also needed like a voice. And so I feel like that kind of motivated me to pick environmental engineering, but I was still unsure. Like it wasn't really until like when I really declared as a sophomore that I was like all in, I guess, because there's always like other really cool majors too. So it was definitely challenging to like really commit to it, but I'm happy with it so far.
So you declared in your sophomore year. Were you able to speak with any advisors about your major before then?
So I actually spoke to my advisor and also some civil engineering advisors and the environmental engineering advisors, because what some people do is they do like civil and then they do like a concentration, or like not a concentration, but it's like a track in civil that's like environmental engineering. So then I was like considering like where should I do the environmental? Should I just do environmental or should I do civil and track environmental? And then, so I was like kind of like weighing those options, and so I spoke to them about it, and I ended up going with environmental just because there is a like the way most engineering fields are is that they can be like 𝗣𝗣𝗘𝗡 accredited, which means they like once you finish your degree, if it's 𝗣𝗣𝗘𝗡 accredited, you can take like your foundations of engineering exam, and then you become like an FE engineer, and then later on you can take like the PE, which is like the professional engineering, and that's like your PE license. And then so there was a track just for environmental, like separate from civil. So I thought like, oh, if they have a track just for that, then it must mean because I could like just go in that major and it'll be okay. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. How have you liked it so far? Is it what you expected, or is it kind of like the classes, or how have they been in general?
Definitely, I guess challenging for like multivariable calculus was really hard class for me. And then there's like physics, which I don't really love, but chemistry ones I like enjoyed a little more. And yeah, so I guess like there's just those general like engineering requirements that can be like kind of rough, but like once you get through them, then you can get like your more specific major classes. And I like, for example, some of the classes that I've taken already are environmental microbiology, solid and hazardous waste management. It's pretty fun. And then energy, minerals, and material system, which has like some work on like mining, and like so there's like different kind of areas you can go into. And yeah, there's also like hard classes like chemical thermodynamics, which I did not like.
Yeah, because you have to, so for like the engineering, you have to go through your all engineering core kind of, and then you get to go into your major specific ones, right?
Exactly.
Do you think that for environmental engineering specifically, do you think that the core classes helped you build skills to grow upon, or?
Yeah, I think definitely. I think the ones that were more relevant for me were like chemical classes and some of the math classes. But I feel like there were some that were like maybe not as relevant, but they still like helped me in some ways of like kind of like taking a challenging course and getting through it, which like kind of gives you like a problem solving lesson.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure that you've taken chemistry classes as pre-med, so you understand like that kind of. It teaches you this like problem solving. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like, I've heard, this wasn't my professor, but one of my friends, or maybe it was someone I heard online, said that their professor was like, you're not supposed to, I mean, like, hopefully you will learn something specific from this class, but like the main thing you'll get out of it is knowing how to study for your other classes and knowing how to learn like your own style of learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I guess kind of going related to environmental engineering, but outside of classes, what have you been involved in, like internships or research or something like that?
Sure. So this past summer, I had like a virtual research assistant position with a professor at Colombia, and he does work with a lot of different aspects, but he has some kind of like preservative that he created that was like a natural antimicrobial, and so he kind of like marketed and commercialized this product in Greece, and then he wanted to bring it to the United States, and so I was involved in that project and doing like a market analysis. So not really like a lot of STEM, more of like a kind of like a econ business side, but it was like still interesting to like I guess do that research and create like a report and then present it to him. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. So it ties into your econ minor then.
Yeah. He's actually like an earth and environmental engineering professor, but he had this like project that I helped him for it, and so it was actually like more econ.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's like the perfect combination of what you're studying. Have you taken econ classes already?
I took principles with 𝗪𝗘𝗚𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗘, which is pretty notorious, but so that was, I mean, I took that one. And then this semester I'm taking 2 other econ related classes, and then I'm planning on taking 2 or 3 over the summer to get the requirements in. So.
Oh, nice. Okay. Do you have a lot, like, because we're both juniors, right? So do you have a lot of the major to still fulfill in your senior year?
I think I'm like, well, there's actually a bulletin that you can find online as well. But it has like the each semester for engineers there's like a list of classes that you're supposed to take, and I'm on like track with the requirements, but I think the majority of the major specific classes will be like tech electives, so there's going to be a little more like choice in what classes you get to take.
Yeah, I love that you have the bulletin right next to you. Was it for the podcast or was it for your course selection?
It was just in case I needed to like read. If you asked me a question, I wouldn't be like, oh, 1 second.
That's really cool. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. So just an overview of this academic semester at Columbia. So usually we have fall and spring, and then summer is optional. And so this year, our fall and spring were kind of condensed and shortened. And then we have a summer session that is a little bit lengthened. Is that right? Or kind of?
I think, yes. There's 2 summer sessions. I think this this spring semester might end early. I think it ends in April. I think. Yeah. So then the summer A starts May, and then it ends around June, and then summer B starts right after that.
Oh, until August.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then school starts again in September. Yeah.
I actually spoke to an advisor about this because I was hoping to take those like econ requirements in the summer, and it turns out that you still have a credit limit of 40 credits. The only difference is now you can, well, at least I don't know if it might be different for CC versus Cs, but it's like 40 credits, and then you can distribute them however you like, as long as it sums up to 40.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think it's the same for CC. I think we're also 40. Yeah. So we can take fall, spring, and summer. And so will you be meeting the 40 if you take those 3 summer classes?
I think I might go like if it depends. If I take 2, then I'm under 40. But then if I decide to take that third one, then I'll have to like pay for that extra
Credit or extra few credits. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That makes sense. Do you like this style more?
I kind of do. I don't know, because I don't know if it's like because of the actual way it's like the 3 terms, or if it's because like more professors are like giving take-home exams, or like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's just a lot less stressful. I don't know if it's the same for you, what you were thinking in this virtual fall.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think fall was okay for me. So I don't think I had I think the only class I was a little bit worried about was my lab class, but that one turned out okay. And the other ones were kind of requirements, like the core requirements and also just like pre-med requirements. This semester, so in addition to the changes with the fall, spring, and summer, they also changed it so that there is something called an intensive course. And so you can have like a fall A, fall B. And so you would be fulfilling your entire course within like half of the time, or kind of condensed within 1 week. So if you meet twice a week, sometimes you'll meet 4 times a week, or you'll meet for longer sessions. So this semester, I'm trying my hand at taking some intensive courses. So I'm hopefully it'll be okay. Hopefully I'll have my schedule like all set. And that would just mean that I would have fewer classes in March and April because I would have finished the credits like before then. So I feel like maybe this semester will be a little bit more difficult than last semester, but fingers crossed. I think we can do this.
So yeah, I didn't. I'm right now. Mine are just like the normal term length, but it's interesting. You're going for those intensive.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting concept because you're like fitting all of the material into the same amount of time, but just like in a condensed version. So if you have a lot of papers or if there's a lot of projects, then you really have to be on top of your schedule.
That's actually a similar system to the one they use at Dartmouth College. They have like fall, winter, spring, summer, and like you have to go to 3 of those 4 in a year, and then like you have like a short time to like take classes. So it's like similar system, yeah.
Is that in like the normal circumstance, or are they doing that now?
That's actually their normal circumstance. So.
Wow, that's actually really cool. I didn't know that. That gives a lot of flexibility then.
Yeah, I think so.
So going back to environmental engineering and specifically the class schedule, do you have any classes or electives specific for the major that you would recommend?
Sure. Actually, one of my classes I took in this last year was this class called climate adaptation, and it was specifically for Rwanda. And the actual course, the way it was structured, it had a study abroad component. So people who take the course get to like attend classes, do the discussions, and then they also plan for a summer trip actually to Rwanda, and they get to like speak to farmers there and ask them about how climate change is affecting their livelihood, and then they like try to figure out like how they can create policies to help them adapt better. And I actually like was in the class, but unfortunately because of COVID, I didn't get to actually do that summer study abroad trip. But it was still like a great class, and I would recommend it if anyone's interested in like climate policy, either as an environmental engineer or even in sustainable development or any kind of environmentally related field. Yeah.
That's so cool. How long would the trip have been?
A month or like a little more than a month. So.
Oh, that's a substantial part of your summer then. Yeah, that's really cool. You mentioned sustainable development majors as well. That's only in CC, right? That's only in the college. Do you interact with them a lot through the same classes?
I guess some of the like elective classes, you can have those people in your classes. The other thing is that the Earth Institute at Colombia, they have a lot of like research assistant programs and internships that are open to like even CS majors, like even like any person who is interested. And they also sometimes participate in those with the Earth Institute. But yeah, it's like, I guess the focus is a little different, but I do know that there's like a lot of people interested in policy in both majors. So
would you want to continue with policy, or do you what are some of the different routes that an environmental engineering major can take?
Sure. I guess I could summarize it based on you can do water, whereas that goes into water treatment, water quality, and then you could do air quality, so mission control at a power plant or things like that. And then another way you could go is waste management, and also advising a corporation or a government with policy work about how to make your process more sustainable. And then there are a couple more. There's environmental microbiology, so you could do research on plastic degradation, or just different kind of things, but that's more in if you're interested in lab work.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are a couple more. There's a lot of resources online that have more information, but yeah, there's a broad, I guess they're all environmental related, but it's different routes. And right now I'm interested in doing the policy work with environmental pollution and kind of those things, but I don't know, we'll see where it takes me, because yeah, there's a good amount of time before getting a job, I guess.
Yeah. Would you be interested in getting a grad degree before getting a job?
That's a good question. I think right out of college, I want to start with a work position, just because I want to use that to inform me if I like this area, if I want to change it up, just kind of give me some experience first, and then based on that, maybe I'll pursue a master's in environmental engineering, or I'll go for environmental law. There's a lot of different possibilities, but
a lot of different aspects of environmental engineering that you can specialize in. And I feel exploring is a good way to make sure you actually know which part of it you want to concentrate on. Yeah. So are there any environmental clubs that you're involved in on campus?
Yeah, so I actually am part of Engineers Without Borders. They have different chapters for different countries. So I'm in the Ghana chapter. There's also one for Morocco and Uganda. So I joined my sophomore year, and they have different teams. So you can, based on your interests, choose a different team to be involved in. So they have water team, tech team, grants team, and they also have community development. So I'm actually in community development, and they take a lot of different students. So it's not just engineers that can join. If you're interested in sustainable development, or if you're interested in international affairs, or things with small communities and helping them grow, you can be involved on the community development team. So for this team, we did some work creating educational flyers for how to use the bio-sand filters. Because the whole assistance that we're providing this community in Ghana is giving them greater access to clean water, and that's by drilling wells, and also by installing some filters. So I guess the community development team's role is ensuring that those projects that they do build are well integrated into the community, so that there's systems in place that can ensure that the benefits can last long term, not just a couple years, and then after we leave doesn't get sustained. So I guess that's what interested me in community development as a concept. And then there was also some work evaluating financing schemes for some of the filters, and creating committees that townspeople could be a part of, and kind of have a voice in the process of the project. And so that was really fun. I enjoy, I'm actually, this year I'm going to 2021, I'll be the community development lead for the team. So I'm excited for that.
That's so great. And this is for Ghana, right? And you said there were other areas as well. How did you choose your specific area?
No, that's a great question. So I think it was a club activities fair when I went, and I walked up to the booth, and they had the 3 different chapter, I guess the summaries of what the kind of work they were doing. So based on that, I kind of decided which one would be most similar to environmental stuff. But they do have the other organizations. For example, Uganda has worked with building a solar panel for the community and then using that solar panel to supply energy for a water pump. And then the water pump is also bringing water. And then they have also like a bridge, like a footbridge that they built. So they have like a couple different projects. And then I believe it's Morocco that has like a lot of work with like bringing electricity and like a grid system to the community. Like if you're like an electrical engineer or if you're doing CS, because they have to have like that involved too.
Mhm.
Well, honestly, any major can join any of them, but I guess because Ghana was focused on water, I decided to join them. So.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. And as undergrads, do you think that EWB is able to make like a very like a strong impact on these communities that you're working with?
I think so. I'm not sure the exact start date of the Engineers Without Borders at Columbia, but
Mhm.
there's been like work in other communities in the past. And for example, they built like these like latrines, so like almost like bathrooms for the
Mhm.
community, and they still have them in use in those towns that we had built them in. And like I think some people, well, you get to travel over the summer if you're
Mhm.
interested, and they like go back to visit like the old towns where they had helped like make
Mhm.
the project, and you can see the latrines still up and like people still using them. Hopefully that, I mean, that's the
Oh, nice. That's the goal.
goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know, there's obviously like ways to improve the projects still, but I think it's a good yeah, so far.
Yeah, I feel like especially as undergrads, you're like college students and you're making this impact already. Have you been able to travel to Ghana?
This is a similar story to the one.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I actually like got picked for the travel team. You have to like apply for the to get because they only have a limited amount of spots, and I
Mhm.
actually got picked for the summer, but of course
Oh
because
no.
of travel restrictions, it would have been we would have helped them more if we stayed
Yeah.
at home without spreading the virus. So
Right, right.
makes sense.
Mhm. Is it hard to be picked to go on the travel team?
So I think for the travel team, they try to make it as open to everyone as possible. You don't lose anything in applying, and they do give it towards people who like show up to the meetings or at least work on like a project maybe 1 or 2 hours a week minimum, and then you have a good chance of getting them.
Okay. Okay, nice. And working on the projects, like if you are like on campus, if we were back on campus, how would that look like? Like what would the process be?
Maybe for water team it might be a little different, but like for community development we would meet like I think I can't remember, Hamilton. Yeah, we would meet in Hamilton, like and like each team would have their own room, and we would like sit at the table and just kind of like either on our computers like go over like a document saying like, oh, this is like our task for today, and then it was mostly like online like work. I guess like once you're actually in Ghana, like they might have like more like hands-on work. So like
Mhm.
actually building the filters or doing water tests, like to see, yeah.
Oh, nice. So it's kind of like your project proposal and just writing like all the steps out. And then once you're actually there, you implement your proposal.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. And what about other clubs that you're in outside of EWB?
Sure. So I'm in the Columbia Art of Living club, which is yoga and meditation, and I've joined since sophomore year, and like it helped me out a lot. Yoga like totally helps with academic stress and also physically just feel like better, more flexible, more
Mhm.
energetic. And so this summer, the club shared about like this opportunity to actually get certified for yoga, to teach yoga. And it's actually it was really cool because I guess because of the virtual setting, ashram, which is like where they teach yoga in India, was offering a virtual like teacher training course.
Oh,
So I,
wow. Oh, wow.
yeah, I participated in that over the summer. It was really
Oh,
fun.
wait, was it like live? Did you have to go at like at midnight or something?
Yeah, so actually, like the way it worked is they had like this, I guess like online portal where you could like complete the tasks kind of like on your own time, but then every week they had a live, like a mentor would like talk to you live once a week. And for those classes, I would have to wake up at like 7 a.m. because it would be afternoon for them, but like I would wake up really early. So yeah.
That's so cool. So you got to learn from like actual masters of yoga.
Yeah, like where some people like go to India to like learn yoga. I was in India virtually. So it was cool.
That's so amazing. And that was over this past summer, right? So yeah, perfect way to spend your time during quarantine too.
Exactly. It helps me out a lot, I think, for that also. But and then in the fall and the spring right now, I've started teaching yoga for the club. So it was like on Zoom twice a week. So and yeah.
And I know you're offering your time also on Saturdays, right?
Yes, actually, if anyone is interested in yoga, you don't have to have any experience in it at all. It's open to all levels. And if you do have some experience, that's also good. I'm teaching Saturdays at 11 a.m. New York time. And if you're interested in attending, you can email me at isabela.writer@gmail.com and I'll like send you the information. And yeah, just honestly, it's good for your health, good for your well-being. And I am like especially offering it for free for a couple months just because I know a lot of people have been going through a lot in quarantine and it's just a nice way to de-stress Saturday morning. So yeah.
Yeah, so I'll put your email in the description below. And if you're interested in starting out yoga or continuing your yoga virtually, be sure to join Bela on Saturdays. So she teaches for the club Fridays and Sundays, and so her Saturdays are off, but she's offering this to help everyone relieve their stress for free. So that's so nice of her.
Yeah, we've already met like a couple times with a few girls who are interested, and so far they've liked it. So
okay. Perfect. Is teaching yoga very difficult, do you think?
I think I feel like most people could do it if it just takes practice and confidence, and just like that comes from the practice itself. So like I guess at first I still have hold on. A prompt.
Your book or your
just like these were just notes of like how I was gonna like structure the class. So like first we do like the alms, and then I would like write out like the different poses and how long to hold it for. And like at first like it takes a lot of planning and stuff, but then over time you need to look at this less because you just kind of remember what comes next. So it's definitely just a matter of practice.
Yeah, and it's a good way to gain confidence not only in teaching yoga but also like for public speaking too, because you're leading a class and you're leading kind of a discussion in a way of yoga.
I agree. And the way they structured, like you're supposed to do like certain poses first. You like leave your sitting down poses until the end, and you're supposed to do your standing. So there's a sequence to the structure, and like in order for it to be like considered a yoga sequence. But it's all like once you like I guess take a class or something, like it comes naturally because you have that.
Oh, that's so interesting. Any other clubs you want to talk about, or any other things you think would be fun to share?
I mean, like the reason I like remember that you had a YouTube channel is because I remember we were in Froyo's and I was like hair.
Oh my gosh, I remember that. This was like when that was 2019, I think. December. Yeah, that was a long time. So yeah, like how we met each other.
Yeah, I don't think we like saw each other that often. I think it was like that one time.
Was that the first time we met?
I think so.
Was it actually? Oh, that's so funny. It was through Michael too.
Yeah, Michael and Giza. I think it was definitely Michael because Michael's like the social guy.
Yeah. Because Michael, he lived in John Jay his first year, but then he always hung out in Fernald where I lived, and it was on the same floor, the lounge floor of Fernald. And I remember, what was it? We were having, was it breakfast or lunch or something? And then
I think Michael had like a breakfast, like brunch type thing.
Breakfast club. No, sorry. Yeah. And then after that, we went to get Pinkberry.
Yeah.
Very frozen yogurt. Yeah. I just remember, oh my gosh, I had a huge plate of like mozzarella and tomatoes. They gave me so much. Like whenever you ask in Ferris, this was in Ferris, like whenever you ask for something from the
yes,
place,
they scoop
from
it
like they scoop it and it's like, whoa, it's a lot. So I was like, I cannot finish this, but I don't want to waste it. So I just carried it to Pinkberry.
Yep, I think I remember that.
You remember that?
Mozzarella.
Yeah. That was, oh my gosh, I can't believe that was more than a year ago.
Yeah.
More than a year ago, yeah. And then we moved back in March.
So. Yeah, I was thinking like realistically, like after this semester, we've been at Columbia for the same amount of time that we've been virtual at Columbia. Like a year and a half.
Is that true? Oh my gosh, I didn't think about it that way.
Because it was like well, it's actually after sophomore, like right after sophomore spring when we moved back. And then, so that's like a year and a half at Columbia.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Yeah. And what have you, like, besides yoga, what have you been doing at home then to pass the quarantine?
Recently, I've been doing this like January workout challenge. Do you know the YouTuber 𝗪𝗘𝗡𝗡?
Yeah, Method.
She's doing a January workout challenge, so I was like, okay, I'll do it.
That's so impressive that you actually, I always see those. I'm like, should I start them? And then I get lazy and then I don't do them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're actually like completing it, right?
Yeah, I think like, I don't know, like last year was pretty rough for me. So I feel like I had more resolution to like change by it. Like,
yeah.
I guess like stick to more of my New Year's resolutions this year just because, I don't know, I feel like I just got more motivation because of like the rough times. But, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like 𝗪𝗘𝗡𝗡 too. I like her like 10-minute warm up because that's just a way to like loosen up. Even if you're not gonna work out, if you are just getting out of bed and you want to, and you're feeling stiff or something, definitely like just do a little bit of movement and then you'll feel better.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like just like even if you do like 5 minutes, like that's still gonna help you just in your day.
Yeah, better than 0 minutes. So
definitely. Oh yeah, I was gonna say like last fall semester, so like just this virtual semester, like I was getting in that habit of like waking up 5 minutes before lecture and then like in my pajamas like on Zoom calls, like, and so I feel like I wanted to change my sleep schedule and like just kind of there's nothing wrong with that, but like I just like it was getting into like this cycle of like
I feel like majority of college students on Zoom are doing that. Oh, I also wanted to ask, going back to environmental engineering, why did you choose Colombia for environmental engineering?
Oh, that's a good question. So I was actually a QuestBridge match. I don't know if you've heard of the program QuestBridge. It's for low income, high achieving students. That's what they say. But like I participated in the college prep scholars program that QuestBridge does as a junior. And then I was like considering like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll apply to the national college match program. And I was like so nervous. I did not think I was ever going to go to Colombia like at all. Like most of people in my like public high school don't really like go to those types of schools in the past. Now they're starting to go a lot more, so it's good. But like like in the past it was kind of like did not think this Colombia was for me. But then I was doing that national college match process, and then in that process you rank schools based on like which one you prefer to go to. And I ranked like Columbia first because I was considering like Yale or MIT as well, like in my ranking for my top like spot. But I decided to go with Columbia just because I had gone to a Columbia engineering women's like engineering like I don't know forum in the city, and I like got to hear people talk about like their experience at Columbia and being a woman in Columbia. I just felt like they had a lot of like good support systems there. And not only that, but the actual like I'll bring the bulletin up again, but like, I don't know if you can read it, but it says Columbia Engineering for Humanity. Yeah. And that like message of like the purpose of our engineering is being to help humanity like really resonated with me because again, that kind of speaks to Colombia's like focus on the core curriculum. Not that like the exact core has to be the same, but just the focus on like having a humanities component that like kind of brings you back to like why you're doing like these technical classes, these hard like chemistry math equations. Is like for a focus on helping others, and I feel like that like really was what brought it down to select this campus. Also, it was Columbia's like the only one that had like an ABET accredited environmental engineering program. So I guess even if you just consider that, that's like enough of a reason. But yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love your reasons for choosing Colombia. No, that's so sweet, and just like a good human being for doing.
Yeah. You know, obviously, I'm also minoring in econ, so no, that's, yeah.
We want to talk about more about your econ minor then, and kind of your reasoning for choosing that.
Sure. I think so. Like, I feel like I never took an econ class in high school because my school didn't like offer econ, and then like one of the requirements in Columbia Engineering is a Principles of Economics class. And so that was like my first experience ever with econ. And I like, it just kind of like shook me in a way. Yeah. I mean, like the way that they just like kind of like analyze any kind of situation, like in the government or in like globally, like, and then you can like trace it back to like supply and demand and like market forces. It just kind of really interested me. Especially also because the environment like as a whole tends to be like an externality, which means like it just means that like nobody pays for like environmental pollution. Sometimes like one factory can do it, and then like the farmers or the low income like disadvantaged communities end up paying the price. And because it's like not the response, like, you know what I mean, like there's that kind of who pays for this pollution. And I feel like in environmental engineering, we basically tend to follow like regulations that are in place. And then those regulations tend to come in place because of like some kind of economic reason behind it. So I feel like it's just like interesting for me. So that's why I decided. Not to get like too deep, but like even like my parents like coming to the United States, like for that land of opportunity, for like that economic growth that they saw, like because originally they're from Colombia in South America. And so I feel like there was like a lot of economic reasons that pulled them towards the United States, and like just kind of like understanding that from that perspective, like yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, for sure. Also, econ is just a useful, like the basic knowledge of economics is a useful skill no matter which field you're in. Just knowing like how to do some accounting, how to just manage your finances is really important for your survival, I guess, for a living. Before we move on to the fun trivia questions, do you have any last note advice for people pursuing environmental engineering?
I guess definitely don't give up. Like it can be challenging, it can be hard, especially with those like STEM classes, but definitely keep in mind like your motivation for choosing that field. And I would recommend like, you know, when looking for internships, like use LinkedIn, use Handshake and Simplicity. They also have good services, and really like I guess go towards like the things you're interested in. So for example, like whether that's policy, like there's organizations like Citizens Climate Lobby that have like programs for students, and like a lot of different programs. So like for example, if you're interested in that like STEM policy side, even NASA hires like environmental engineers. So definitely keep your options open, and like you got this.
Yay! That's a good note to transition to our fun trivia questions about Bella and about her experience at Columbia. So first question, and I have some, I always say this, I have some, but I'm going to make some up on the spot too. So first question is your favorite residence hall that you have not lived in. So which ones have you lived in and which ones would you like to live in?
I guess like, I feel like I would have liked to have lived in Carmen just because they have like that social vibe. But
our first year dorm, right?
First year for but then I guess like for in the future, like maybe East Campus I've heard is also like suite style, so that sounds fun.
Yeah, and you get the good views. And it's always when we were back on campus before COVID, it would always be like a very social dorm as well.
Yeah, and then I guess other than that, like Hartley and Wallach sound cool just because you're like right on campus. No commuting.
Yeah, I lived in Hartley my sophomore year.
Oh, you did? Oh,
I did the LLC, yeah.
Oh, LLC.
Wait, where did you lived in John Jay your first year, right?
And then second year Broadway.
Oh, nice. Both singles?
Yes. No, actually, the first year was a single, but the second year I actually had a double, and I had two different roommates in one year because my first roommate, she studied abroad her second semester, so then I got a new roommate.
Oh, interesting. That's cool. You get to meet new people that way. Switching off roommates, yeah. Cool. Okay. And second question, do you identify with alma mater or Rory more?
Ooh, this is interesting.
It's like a psychological analysis.
Yeah. I think alma mater.
Why?
I don't know. Not even because she's like at the center of campus, but just because she's like holding a book and like kind of like contemplating things.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I was actually gonna like mention some interesting fact about alma mater statue. I don't know if you found the owl in alma mater.
I have not. Have you?
I actually found it, but it took me quite a while.
Really? I never looked. Maybe once we're back on campus, maybe I feel like I have to look before, like during senior year or something like that. Yeah. Do you want to share what the legend is, if you know it?
Yes, I actually know it. I can't remember. I think I was on a tour, and they were like, "Oh yes, the student who first sees the owl in the statue will be like valedictorian." Like thing like that, and I did not see it like until like sophomore year or so. But
so alma mater she sits on kind of low steps, and she has this dress or kind of cloak, and so somewhere under there is the owl, but I don't know what they mean by. Is it an actual small like owl shape, or is it like an actual owl sculpture?
Yes.
I'm so curious now.
You can't see it. Like when you're looking from far away, you can't you can't tell at all that it's somehow there, but it is there.
Oh, yeah. So next time, if you ever get the chance to visit Colombia, make sure to check out that owl under or on alma mater. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Favorite dining hall, if you had to choose between Ferris John Jay and JJ's?
I think mine would be John Jay, which is like, I feel like most people like Ferris and JJ's, but like at least with the food fight thing. But yeah, I like John Jay just because it has like very home style foods, and it's like a great selection. Like it has salad like stand as well, and I feel like the food is pretty healthy. So
Are you vegetarian or?
Actually, like while I was doing my yoga like teacher training, I was vegetarian for like 8 weeks, and I actually was vegetarian I think for a total of 10 weeks, at like 2 weeks after that. But then I don't know, I just ate meat after that, which I mean it's just because my family like eats it, and I didn't like have like I wasn't like cooking for myself on my own. So I feel like if I was more serious about it, I would have to have like start like cooking my own meals and things like that, which I definitely commend people who decide to do that. It's I definitely saw positive benefits from it. Maybe I'll do it again sometime. We'll see.
Yeah, interesting. I feel like also because like a lot of college students are living at home, so it might be easier to just like eat what the family is eating.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to talk about what Food Fest is?
Sure, I can mention it. So I went to Food Fest I think twice. And
you were able to go?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice.
Yeah, it's a nice event. It's in Lerner Hall, and they basically have each of the three dining halls, Ferris, John Jay, and JJ's, and they each have like a little like booth or stand, and you basically have people taking like samples at each stand, so you can like try their food, and they serve like really like gourmet kind of dishes that I'm like, oh, pretty like better than their normal. No, no, but it's really good. And they basically have like this like judge panel, and then they like make jokes as you're trying the food, and there's like a voting time where you go online and you like submit your vote for like people's choice. So the judges decide who they think is best, but then you also get to pick people's choice by mass vote, I guess.
Yeah.
And, another cool thing is that you get a free shirt.
I've been wanting to go ever since first year, but it always conflicted with a class time that I had, so I couldn't miss class. But it always looks so fun if you go on social media. The food that they make is not your regular dining hall food. They go really, really creative in. Do you remember like any specific dishes that were there?
There was like JJ's made like a dumpling, but it was like an interesting dumpling because it had like, I don't know, like it had some like bacon in it somehow. I don't know, but it was like a very gourmet dumpling.
It's like they use. Do they use that? I don't know if they use like dining hall ingredients or if they order like extra ingredients, but it's just like the way that they plate it too is so pretty. And just like kind of if you would imagine, what is that show called where you open it's the one where the mystery ingredients and you like make food out of those. Oh, Chopped. It's kind of like Chopped, I feel. And I don't know if they use the same ingredients, but you just actually, I don't even know if it's like Chopped, but it just reminds me of Chopped. The way that they have to make everything taste good and look good, and then the judging panel judges who wins.
JJ's got People's Choice one year, and then Ferris got like the like a wrestling band. It's like
yeah. And who were the famous? There were famous chefs who came to Colombia, right? I think was it. I don't know if I'm just making this up. Was it Robert Irving? Like before we came to Colombia?
I can look him up because they have like cutouts of them, like and they place them in the dining hall, and they're like, and then it's like signed.
Yeah, is that
guy? This guy was definitely on one of the cutouts. Robert Irvin.
Irvin, And then Alex 𝗪𝗘𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧, is that her name? Alex 𝗪𝗘𝗧. I think that's how you say her name, but she also came one year, I think. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Wow. That's I was gonna actually have shirts if you want. I want to show them.
Wait, can we see?
Yeah. Let me just get them for my.
Also, your room is so neat.
Oh, thank you.
So pretty.
Yeah, I have like an open space here for the yoga mat, so that's why.
Oh, nice. Yes, while you're doing that, we can admire your paintings and the chandelier, and also the Colombia flag on the upper right-hand corner of your screen.
Yes. Repping the school here. But anyways, I have not the like food fest shirts, but I do have the champion.
Oh yes.
The best 2018 food here.
Yes, this was for. Yes, we've been at the solution since 1754. That's so funny. Yeah, I love when they give out free shirts.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. So we were champions that year. I think according to a certain ranking. I think there's like multiple different rankings for college food.
Yeah.
But I believe the one where we were champions.
Yeah, they put the banner up there.
Nice. So what would you say is your favorite library on campus?
Ooh, I think it's honestly that like business one, like the
interesting. Yours.
Yes, yours.
Yeah, I've been asking this on my previous podcast too. And people always say either NOCO or Butler Ref or law library. I had one that's a law library. But yours, do you want to explain what that is?
Sure. So yours building is like I guess it's the business school. I don't know if there's probably other buildings too in the business school, but it's the business building. And then in the actual library, there's like like, I don't know, the chairs are just like comfy for me. And then it's like a nice dome shaped like building, like the actual library. So yeah, I think they also have a Bloomberg terminal in Uris.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Like the first time I went into Uris, I was unsure if I had stepped into the library because it didn't look like a library to me. It looked more like a big, like a kind of like a cafeteria style where all the tables are just like spread out across the room and it's just a big open space and people can talk in there, right?
Yeah, you can talk, and there's also like rooms on the side if you like want to have
Quiet
meetings.
study, yeah. So that was surprising. But then I ended up also really liking Uris because it is really comfortable. And I kind of like it. The kind of like it has a cafe feel in a way,
Yeah,
even though it is a
yeah.
library. Yeah.
The other one that I like just like aesthetically is Avery Library. 'Cause you can actually go to the second level on Avery and like the actual like you know how they have like bookcases and then they have like a little railing. You can
Yeah.
actually walk up on the railing.
Really? Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I've only ever like walked in and then gone downstairs. Is
Mhm.
that the library we were talking about?
Yes, that one is the library, except instead of going downstairs, if you
Or you can go
stay on the
upstairs?
first floor, there's like a little like staircase. So it's
Oh, that's so awesome.
yeah.
I need to try that. I didn't know that. Any favorite Colombia tradition?
Ooh, let's see. I don't know if this is like a tradition, but like before the semester started, like we went with a group of friends to Butler, like to see the sunrise from a window. And
Oh,
we like went on like the highest floor of Butler, and we got to see like it was like early in the morning, but it was
what
nice.
time? Like 5 a.m.
Yeah,
Oh, that's actually I've never like heard of. I like that tradition. I feel like we could make that a tradition.
yeah, sunrise at Butler.
Yeah, it's like a secret hack. Next trivia question. What's one thing that only a Columbia student would know? Like a secret hack.
Yes, I'm trying to think here. I don't know if it's like okay, so I had like two stories that occurred to me. One is that you can like EcoReps does this thing where you can like go to the dining hall and like make your own smoothie with like a bicycle. Like
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
you like I guess by turning the bike you're like spinning the smoothie mixer.
Yeah.
That was fun. I don't
Yeah.
know if that's an act, but it's cool.
EcoReps is our environmental club, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Sustainability club. And they also have, before classes start each year, when we were back on campus, they would have this huge sale of donated books or donated like folders or binders and things like that. It would be inside this huge room in Ween Hall. And we would be able to go in. The line would be crazy long. You have to go there really early. You can go in and you can buy really for really little money. You can like buy your textbooks. You can buy even like shelves to put your stuff on. They just have a lot of stuff there. So that was one thing EcoReps did. Their really big green sale at the beginning of the year, and also their smoothie bikes in the dining halls.
Yeah, definitely recommend the EcoRep screen sale. I got like my refrigerator. I got like these like LED string lights. I got a couple things from it.
Yeah. What was your other story?
It was actually just like that the Columbia Makerspace. You can do like 3D printing there, and it's pretty fun. I did actually. I can show this too.
Oh my gosh, I love this. I love that you have all of this to show us.
Yeah, so this actually I printed at the Columbia Makerspace,
Oh,
and
cool.
I did not design the actual device. It's you can like download files on Thingiverse. It's like a website where like people can upload and like so even if you want like something, then you just want to print it. Like you can do that as a Columbia student, and like you can get like outlet like things or like there's a lot of things you can have with 3D printers. So this basically sorts coins based on their size. Yeah, so I can demonstrate. I have a $50, which is very common, but so
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so cool.
yeah, or I'll do with like a quarter here. Okay.
Ooh, that's clever.
Hmm.
I love that.
Yeah,
How long did it take you to print?
it actually took a little while. I think it was like a day or two, but other than that, like, I don't know, it came out like pretty nice quality.
Yeah. Can you print it for free?
Yeah, that's what I was like saying, like, hack. If you want like a small item that can be 3D printed, like if you need like, I don't know, like a cable holder, just like Google 3D printed cable holder and 3D, and then you can download the file and then bring it to the makerspace and you can get it printed out. Another trivia question for you.
Okay.
Let's see. What about you? I'm curious, like between alma mater and Rory.
Oh my gosh. That is, I mean, I didn't know my own answer to that. So I think alma mater or Rory. I would say alma mater or Rory. I feel like maybe also more alma mater, but I feel like being Rory would be fun because he is so spirited and he's at all the school events and everything like that. Maybe for the same reason as you, because she's like holding a book. Because I'm like, I guess I enjoy studying and I'm like I study often. But being Rory would be fun because it's kind of like he's like, in my mind, he's more of an outgoing figure, lots of school spirit. So I strive to be like that too.
A little bit of both, right?
Exactly. Yes. I mean, I think that's a good note to end off on. Do you have any last minute things to share with the world?
Sure. I think I was mentioning to you before about the COVID project I'm working on. So, like, my dad had COVID in December and November, and I felt like he's thankfully recovered fully. I know not a lot of people aren't as fortunate, but I felt like there's still like a lot of kind of like that we went through, and I feel like there's a story to be told, and I just felt like I wanted to like help contribute to that, and so I was going to open up to anyone. If you or a loved one or you know someone who would like to be interviewed about their experience or a family member's experience, they could email me at isabela.writer@gmail.com and I will email you with some interview prompts. It would be like an hour long, and I can even send you a sample of my dad's story so you can get an idea of what kind of things we would talk about. And my end goal is to hopefully like publish a book with these stories, but not only will you like be able to share your story, but I'm also hoping to get any profit, good portion of it towards like helping COVID related support. So I want it to like not just be about like, I don't know, like publishing a book, but just really like helping people in the process. So yeah, feel free to email me, reach out. I can give you more information. I'm actually also interviewing. So I'm interviewing like 5 categories of people. So not just victims or survivors, but also healthcare workers, essential workers, and some students as well, to like just get their experience on like the pandemic in general.
For sure. Yeah, I think this is a really great cause too, especially because it really affected you personally. And it has affected so many people on the personal level as well. And just like, I think it's really great that you're taking this initiative to collect all of these stories and to share them with the world so that people understand who may not have had such a close experience with COVID. But yeah, so I'll definitely put your email in the description below. So you can email her about this or about, again, she mentioned before, her free yoga classes on Saturday. Do you have any advice for people who might be waiting for college decisions at the time?
Don't worry, like even if you don't get your dream school or like it goes like a different path than you expect, like you're probably going to end up being successful and you're probably going to end up having a great experience that you'll like look back on and you'll be like, I wouldn't have had it any other way. So just like really enjoy the process. And yeah, like definitely dream big. Like the only thing you have to lose is like not applying, like, you know what I mean? Just go for it. And yeah, good luck.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Bella, for being on the podcast today. I really learned a lot about environmental engineering and about yoga as well, and about all the other things we chatted about. And just want to give you a huge thank you again.
Thank you so much. And like for taking the time to do this, and like, it was great talking to you.
Oh, yeah. Same to you. Same to you. And also thank you to our listeners. We hope you enjoyed this episode and that you learned a lot too. Just to wrap up the podcast, if you're watching this on YouTube as a video podcast, please make sure to give a big thumbs up, and subscribe and comment down below what you'd like to see next. And if you're listening to this on any other podcast streaming platform, then make sure to follow and give a big thumbs up, and also share with someone you think would be helped by this podcast. And we will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.